mathematicians, it's Miss Armgart. Welcome back for another instructional video. We're going to review what we already know about fractions. So the first thing is our improper and our mixed numbers. So thinking back to what you already know, here are the steps. So if you have a mixed number, a whole number, and a fraction, there are some simple steps to take. So number one, you multiply the whole number and the denominator. So in this case, we do 7 times 14, which gives you 98. So that is step one. Step two, add the product to the numerator. Well, we have 98, which is the product, plus 8 gives you 106. Step 2. Step 3, put the new numerator over the original denominator. So 106 divided by 14. This is our new improper fraction. Now, we can do the opposite as well because we can turn it back into a mixed number. So we divide 106 by 14 and we get 7.5. There's a lot going on there. So we know that our whole number is 7. So if we do 7 times 14, that will get us 98. And then we know 106 minus 98 will leave us with 8. And now we put the whole thing together. We have 7 and 8/14 as our mixed fraction, which we check. That was the same thing we started with on the other side. So, how do you determine which fraction is larger? Well, you need to make sure that your fractions have the same denominator so that you can compare. So here is where we are going to need our LCM because we want to know what multiple do 7 and 5 have in common. Now, those are both prime numbers, so all we have to do is multiply 7 times 5 is 35. Both fractions need to be turned into something divided by 35. So let's take 6/7 first. And our new denominator is 35. We multiplied by 5 to get both of those. So 6 times 5 is 30. 4/5. We are going to use our 35. But in this case, we multiplied by 7 because 5 times 7. So we know 4 times 7 is 28. Therefore, 6/7 is larger than 4/5. Here is the reminder for adding and subtracting. Use your multiples to get a common denominator because those multiples, those bigger numbers, have to be in place first. So I am not going to go over all of this, just to say that when you are done, you should write your improper fraction as the answer. So addition and subtraction are the same. You're just adding versus subtracting. All right. Lastly, we can use pictures. We can model what is happening with our fractions. So here we are multiplying 1/3 times 3/4. So the first thing that we do is we divide this box into thirds. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then you shade in 1 of the thirds. So that is our 1/3. The next thing that we do, we are going to turn our lines horizontally. We're going to divide the box into 4 across. And then we're going to shade in 3 of those. This is where, folks, color is really helpful for my brain because now I can see that I have exactly 3 boxes where both colors overlap. So there are boxes that only have one color, but there are 3 boxes where the colors overlap out of a total of 12. So we have 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Therefore, we have 3 of them that are colored out of 12 total. Now, the algorithm, the standard method, the way that most adults know how to do the math, you multiply straight across. So this becomes 1 times 3 and 3 times 4. And when we do that, we get 3/12. Oh, look, the exact same as our picture. It shows the exact same thing. So it doesn't matter which method you use, you get the same answer. Now, there are your definitions again: equal fractions and simplifying, which, remember, simplifying uses factors because we want to simplify 3/12. Well, then we would divide each by 3 to get 1/4 for our simplified fraction. This is Miss Armgart saying happy solving.